talking about court proceedings, we also heard that the court has reaffirmed Senator Ifeanyi Uba's sack over Ford certificate. That the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja, on Friday reaffirmed its earlier order sacking Ifeanyi Uba of the Young People's Party, YPP, as the senator representing Anambra South. In his ruling, Justice Bello Kawu refused to grant Uba's request to set aside the earlier order issued in a judgment delivered by the court on April 11, 2019. The judge had in April 11 judgment sacked Uba for allegedly submitting a forged National Examination Council certificate to contest the February 23, 2019 senatorial election. So once again, we have the issue of forged certificates for an election. But in responding to that, Ifeanyi Uba has said that he was denied fair hearing and he has filed 4 grounds of appeal, applies for stay of execution. Tony Nwaji.
Nigerian politics is tired. Seriously, it's tiring. The court said he filed a forged certificate. He's gone to the lower court, faulted it. He lost at the lower court.
Yeah.
And then reaffirmed again at this court. What are we talking about? We know, because it's only the truth that can take this country out of the quagmire we find ourselves. I don't want to sound so logical and academic. I like going basic so that people understand what I'm saying, where I stand. There are a lot of things going on in Nigeria. We've had cases of people. It's not the first time we're having issues like that. I'm not exonerating him. I'm not accusing him either. But these are things that happen all the time. Suddenly, you just hear somebody from, because I know how the election in Anambra went, and suddenly it was Ifeanyi Uba that emerged. And then this case came up. And a lot of interested parties in the state are watching, because it was magical, his emergence and all that. And then we're following this. Me, as I'm sitting down, I know where it ended, but I don't want to talk. Let the court still decide. Okay. It is so tragic that we are finding ourselves on that route, and we're not ending yet. Rather than make a detour and look at where we got it wrong and see how we can correct it, we continue. Just go to the National Assembly, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, and go across the state and tell me the kind of people you see there. Just stay at the gallery and stare at them during proceeding, and you will come home angry. Yeah. These are the people churning laws. We know how they get, as I said, I'm not accusing anybody, but based on the court pronounces so far and his own response, yes, I read it this morning. Yeah. It's watery as far as I'm concerned. It's very watery. That is what happens in a country where there are no rules, where there are no regulations. Election time is coming, you quickly start arranging people. We know how this thing works here. It's one of feed it and all that. It has to stop, because if it doesn't stop, we'll continue to, make progress in circle, and nothing will happen. These are people who are running the affairs of Nigeria, that is Senate now, and everyone's quiet. The press doesn't want to go into it because, of course, of interest. Things are not right in Nigeria. For me, there's something that the court has seen and keep making the same pronouncement. I don't want to buy his own press release or what he said yesterday. I believe the court this time, because his emergence is so, from nowhere. From nowhere. I don't want to go into details of how this one, who is this person of it, but that is what is happening in Nigeria. Can we just get it right so that our election will make sense? When people vote, their vote counts. The people they expect to run their affairs, they emerge. Not at the end of the same manipulation, contradictions, and all that. And then see straight people sitting down there, people that should not sit and so pretend over the affairs of your own country, looking at you and giving directions, and nothing. You can't do anything. You only watch them. It's annoying.
Okay.
Very annoying. That's what I have to say.
All right, Gordon, show me. What do you make of this?
Well, when you look at the issue, we are yet to see the end of it. We need to wait until when it gets to the Court of Appeal. But what I've seen is, if a court has made a clear, given a clear judgment, that to say, look, you forged your certificate and you are not qualified to contest the election, what you are supposed to do is to go on a straight appeal. No, I did not forge it, and then go and push your argument. But what you see is asking the court to delay that decision you know, is or to set it aside, you know, is not for that court, because that court, you're asking that court to overrule itself. No, you go to the appeal. So there's no need, you know, there was no need to have asked the court to set his own judgment aside, instead of going to court of appeal. This is just prolonging and prolonging the time it's taking to resolve the issues. Of course, we all know why. We all know why, because of the jumbo pay in the National Assembly. Even when you know you don't have a case, eventually you know the truth, maybe you are for the certificate or not, but you want to enjoy it for as long as possible. So these are some of the issues. That does not impute any innocence or guilt
on him.
But the fact is the court has said he fought the certificate. So on the basis of that, we're able to comment on it. So I would have expected him to go to the Court of Appeal on the substance of the case, not on appealing over the court refusal to set the judgment aside. Go and prove your case in court. Straightforward.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, we'll wait to see how that case and matter pans out.
So I have something to say. Sorry, please. I said I had to
quickly, please.
Quickly. You see, like Tony said, we've had issues like this in the past, and I'll be bold to mention names. There was the one we had, the Toronto saga. We had Salisu Buhari. And in Salisu Buhari's case, it really good for PDP. He was charged for perjury, and he was sentenced, and I think he had an option of fine, and was granted clemency or parliament by the presidency then. We had Ebola Tinubu of Lagos State, and the excuse that brought about the mistake was it wasn't the one that disposed to the affidavits, and by the time a lawyer took up the case to court, in accordance to federal high court rules, the time frame for such for you to file has lapsed, that it went away with it, whether we like it or not. We had one of President Muhammadu Buhari, and the Supreme Court made a pronouncement which a lot of people interpreted as once they have disposed to an affidavit, is as good as you have the certificate. It's in this country. We had a Kemi Adeosun that forged an NYSC certificate, and she acknowledged and accepted the fact that it was a forged document, and that doesn't take away the guilt from her. That she did not even, police did not even interrogate her. She left the shores of this country. Until we speak, she's still feeling like a free person. And and those are clear cases of perjury. But when some people indict or attack the process, they think we are being partisan. But Saraki faced perjury trial against the changing the standing rules of the Senate. They say, so when you look at our double application of our laws and everything. And for me, Ifeanyi Uba, he probably did not think it through. He probably would have disposed an affidavit before the elections. He would have just relied on the Supreme Court judgment, and this matter would have rested. But it's too late for him. I want, like you said, appeal the court the case on its merits, and let's see where it takes us.